I'm Reese Hines, retired Master Sergeant from the United States Air Force, and I was an explosive ordnance disposal EOD technician for 13 years in the Air Force. So explosive ordnance disposal, it's an extremely hard school to get through. At the time, it was about a 2/3 washout rate. At home station, you generally know what to expect or know what you're responding to. When you're deployed, that rarely was ever the case. You don't need a whole lot of information to get EOD support, basically the presence of an explosive hazard. On April 9th, 2011, my team was tasked to support a unit that was clearing our area of operations. Before we finished the first call, we got our second one of the day. It was a confirmed IED. So it was something that obviously needed to be taken care of. I had a metal detector with me, a paintbrush, I had a knife, a hook and line kit. I got about halfway down. I'd never done this before, but for whatever reason I stopped and I turned around, looked at my team. I quickly calmed whatever was there and turned back around and kept going. I must have found the metal signature with the metal detector, got down on my stomach, and some point within the first minute or so me being down there, my knife, me disturbing the earth or my weight, something must have pressed on the pressure plate. Just a couple millimeters between two metal points was all it needed. Everybody who had a role to play proceeded downrange to make sure that I was going to survive. I was nearly mortally wounded. I remember being scared to know what had actually happened because I could feel the different injuries and I could sense that it was more than just getting knocked down and getting back up, that this was going to take some time, but I didn't know what was going to be permanently different and what was going to be different looking, especially with my young sons. I didn't know. I was, I guess, scared to let them see me. I wouldn't let anybody bring them by. They thought of me as their superhero, and what did I do to that image for them? My brother at the time was a captain in the Air Force. He would stay with me. He was the first one that fed me solid food afterwards. He was the one that finally listened to me and brought a mirror so I could see what I looked like. Just to have him there, definitely a huge part of recovering and becoming who I am now. My first trip out of the hospital was to see my kids, and my youngest had heard that I'd gotten a Purple Heart. What the Purple Heart was, I guess he didn't realize it was a medal. The level of worry I had about what they were thinking, and here it was more so about my heart had changed colors or something silly like that, and not that I was different in their eyes now. After I retired from the military, I chose to move up to Alaska. My mom lived there. I needed some stability to help get back on my feet. I went back to school at the University of Alaska in Anchorage. I think one of the other things I realized I was missing was being part of a team again, whether it was military or sports related. I grew up playing baseball, and then when I joined the military, I started playing softball. I don't even think I've missed a playing season, and I realized that I still loved to compete, still wanted to compete, and it didn't matter if it was going to be different, if it was going to have to involve an adaptation or not, that there was something I still wanted to do, and it was just a different challenge now. Actually, the best part about the team was meeting Kyle, being able to be myself around her and watching her laugh at me being me. She had asked me to come do a memorial run for the 9/11 first responders. When we got started, I told her that she didn't need to worry about me, that she can go ahead and run at her pace. I didn't want to slow her down, but she stuck there beside me the whole time, and I don't know, we were pretty inseparable from that moment forward. Even if I had to go through all over again, through all the pain and everything, I would still do it the same, just to meet her. On June 23rd of 2018, Kyle and I got married in Savannah, Georgia. Now after over a decade each of serving in the Air Force and multiple moves, we're both ready now to settle down and move into our forever home here in San Antonio.